And then I saw her face. I'm a believer, and not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love.
Hey guys, SoHD here, and I am back with another reaction video. And today I'm going to be reacting to the next After the Fact videos. The next two, actually. The first one I'm going to react to is called Keep Calm and Flutter On. And the second one is Spike Speculation. And they're both by MLP-Silver-Quill, which is classic as always. Always making classic MLP review videos. And thankfully I'm reacting to more of them. Let's keep going with them. I'm going to start off with Keep Calm and Flutter On. So yeah, let's jump it in! Ooh, we got a party! Ooh, party with OCs! Ink Bros! Uh-oh. Oh no! It's Silver-Quill! There's King Frame. Final. Huh.
Give me a rainbow shot.
What does Silver
Extra Pegasus.
have against
You
Guardian?
looking for something there, buddy? Like another movie?
I'm looking for a reviewer
Yeah, we got plenty of lows around here.
to talk about Discord.
Discord?
It's a tall order talking about a fan favorite character. Gotta be passionate, pal.
Vital has something against Discord. Oh!
You don't know what
I
you're
like Impossible a lot!
Neither did this here fandom. Get a man like John Delancey voicing a character, putting bronies on the map. Gone from just another job to one of the fandom's biggest supporters. Character ain't the same neither. Not since Keep Calm and Flutter On.
Oh, hey, she's right.
Time was, we thought Discord was like a god. Starting to wonder if we were putting him on too high a pedestal. That's why I need another viewpoint. Some brony or Pegasister who wants to talk straight about this fella.
If you just turn around.
Oh, she might not like what I've got to say. A lot of strong.
Well, she's getting excited.
This episode. Gotta be
She's about to explode.
Enter the storm.
Do you not realize who's behind you?
Oh, totally. I'm just trying to get a rise out of her.
Are you crazy?
Sources point to, yes!
She'll explode!
Let's do this, bird guy.
And bronies wonder why I don't collab no more.
The song from the Living Tombstone. Discord!
Discord in one episode. The dude gets a two-parter introduction, but only 20 or so minutes to turn things around.
I admit, I wish we did have more time to flesh the idea out. But given that we were in Season 3, the season where everything was, well, a tad rushed, I can see where the show staff is coming from. They wanted to use Discord more than, like, that one time, but needed a way to do it. Of course, we could have waited for Season 4, but then we couldn't have Discord as an indirect antagonist in the season's premiere. It was a tough call. And before we go any further, this is my favorite episode, you better tread lightly, mister. I know people.
We begin with our main heroines, Sons Fluttershy and Applejack, awaiting the arrival of Princess Celestia, which, as we all know, has only led to joy in the past.
Of course.
And maybe that's why Twilight and Company handled Discord's arrival so well.
How could you bring Discord here? If by serious havoc you mean turning Ponyville into the chaos capital of the world. And tricking us all into being the opposite of our true self. And making yummy, delicious chocolate milk rain all over the place without a single dollop of whipped cream to go whip it anywhere in sight. Not a single dollop!
You ever think our heroines are a little too chummy with the rulers? Talk to royalty like that anywhere else, and...
Really?
Maybe the chumminess is
You just have to do that?
Twilight's feature
Put the main characters in a prison?
state thing. Like, it comes to a point where Celestia and Twilight are equals in a sense, right? Perhaps Celestia is trying to let her borders come down a little bit for the sake of Twilight and her confidence that she'll advance to her princesshood.
Possibly, though I still boggle that Celestia drops off Discord and the Elements of Harmony, then departs for a royal summit. If Twilight and Celestia are meant to be equals, I would have loved to see her tackle this challenge alongside Twilight. Wonder what's so special about this summit.
What? Okay! Prince Blueblood!
Well, I cannot argue with that.
So Flutters and Applejack seem to be dealing with a problem that has to do with beavers who have a tendency to curse.
Mr. Beaverton Beaverteeth! Such language!
Oh, wow.
What did he say?
Beaver talk for dummies.
Seems that they blocked some kind of stream that caused the orchard, or at least part of it, to become flooded. This is to establish that Fluttershy is good with dealing with conflict when two opposing forces are ready to get in the death ring. As is, I guess it's effective, but it seems to be a repeat of what we already know about Fluttershy. At least old fans do anyway.
I guess that includes Celestia, who specially tasks Fluttershy with reforming Discord, which means depetrifying him first. And isn't this scene odd in hindsight? One of the final uses of the Elements of Harmony is to undo their most powerful spell.
I suppose
Yeah,
so.
turn him back
it's
to
also odd
normal.
that Celestia is playing favorites like this, and is
Instead of
confident that
being
Fluttershy
stone.
can handle the job without a sweat. Like I've said in the past, I get the feeling that she knows something about Discord's tendencies that she's not sharing. I mean, why else would she feel so safe with the idea? Besides the convenience of the plot. Damn you, plot!
And the plot likewise demands that things go south almost immediately, as Discord isn't limber for more than half a second before he's changing his surroundings. Some fans have wondered why he didn't just teleport away. After all, the elements apparently need line of sight to work. I think it would have helped if Twilight had stated something like they could bring him out of stone, yet limit his power.
I agree. As far as escaping, I always figured it was because he knew that if he got away, the main six would eventually catch up with him. I think he wanted a more permanent way to make sure he was free for good.
Though I do wonder about the old boy's survival instincts as he teases the main six while they still have the elements, which conveniently can't be stolen now thanks to Celestia's magic. And that brings me to a question that's been growing in my mind over Season 4. How powerful is Discord, really?
What do you mean?
Well, he's definitely strong, able to change both personalities and reality with a snap of his fingers. Or tail. Yet we've also seen Twilight create a pocket reality in his landscape. Rarity changed Ponyville into her own brand of chaos. And Tyrek was able to hold and drain Discord of his magic without resistance. When Discord first hit the scene, we all likened him to Q's omnipotence. Yet in a world of magic, perhaps we're overestimating his strength.
Well, I guess the cheating answer is depends on what, again, the plot needs him for. But it also depends on how much control the main six have on him at a time. Obviously, he needs to be somewhat toned down in order for the episode to work, but his powers seem to be going in a downward, steady spiral. All powerful before, but in Twilight's Kingdom barely doing any harm. This could be attributed to how much he's toned himself down as he's gotten to the main six on more cordial terms, or again, the convenience of the plot. I kinda like the former answer, and it helps that this seems to be going on almost subconsciously for him over a time period, which is a slight hint that his reformation is becoming more genuine over the course of time.
Though I must credit Discord with one power, resisting the stare. The only being in Equestria to do so, and I can vouch for the stare's terror. I got a little hungry one day, and, well...
Angel! Okay. Too far, Discord. You're gonna boil Angel Bunny? Okay, Fluttershy's using the stare on Silver.
When Fluttershy stares into you, well, it changes.
Yeah, her stare could be,
Discord and Fluttershy
her
are
stare could be
roommates
a
now.
little bit creepy.
Well, with Angel. Does he count? He doesn't count. They're gonna go out
don't
and have
count.
fun and cheat on each other's tests and have wild parties. Oh wait, not college.
And get a little sexy.
This also might be a good time to mention just how long Discord stays at Fluttershy's. It's never really stated, but hinted upon. For example, the climax takes place during sundown, but Celestia picks Discord up at high noon. Conclusion, it was at least night, which might help the fluff near the end of the episode feel more believable. As Discord and Fluttershy spent all night, maybe talking?
I got the impression that it was at least several days, though I really can't point at anything beyond the dinner scene. Instead, I'm gonna focus on the Angel abuse.
Yeah, Angel deserves it. Is Silverquill's enjoying it?
It's the little things in life.
I'm still waiting for the spin-off series with Discord vs. Angel. We get a cool fan-made animation, but come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
can you imagine?
As fun as
Chip
it is
and
to see
Discord.
Discord up to his antics, this is also a celebration moment for Fluttershy fans. She's not going over the top screaming or driving others to tears. This is a story where she demonstrates healthy assertion. But Fluttershy's new appeal comes at a price. Her friend's counter plan.
I really want to have a reforming spell up and running pronto.
That still creeps me out to this day.
Why? It's just a reforming spell.
Oh, I could rant about this for a good while, but it's easier to show. Using my latest invention, the Magulator
what?
3000!
The Magulator 3000?
What on earth does it do, Mr. Quill?
Allow me to demonstrate.
Fluttercord is totally the best ship. Hey,
And again.
the best episode
You control
of
what
is by
people
Yoshi,
can say.
Man. Stop brainwashing me.
No, I'm reforming you. Viva doublespeak!
John Delancey's a so-so actor. Oh, you'll be on the menu for Thanksgiving now, mo.
Okay?
I'm sorry, Senpai. The bad bird made me do it.
What?
A reform spell sounds nice, but there's a lot of implications. It's the same problem I have with zapping some pony good, or Cadence's love spell. Discord was portrayed as a villain for forcing the ponies to act different, but now it's okay if our heroines do it? Baloney! High praise to Celestia, who didn't even bring up this option or consider it because it's horrible.
I get that they had to have a backup plan, but this is pretty dark for Equestria standards. Makes me think about all that fan work that can just slide into the realm of believability thanks to that concept. Do you even Fallout? I mean, do you?
Fallout
'Cause I don't.
Equestria?
And as the MLP franchise seems to rely more and more upon magical means to change a character, the more I appreciate genuine
That
reformation.
scene was from the first
Starting with
Equestria Girls movie.
Fluttershy offering Discord unconditional friendship and trust.
Because that's what friends do.
Which is something this episode does right, having Fluttershy be the one to offer that to him. It's the most believable option, anyway.
We're friends?
Why, of course. I can't remember my house ever being this lively before you came along.
Now we reach the part of the episode where I start to wonder about the rules to Discord's magic. During a disastrous dinner party, he animates Fluttershy's silverware, which starts attacking her friends. Yet only after Rainbow and Twilight say things that would possibly offend the settings. So is this really Discord's doing, or did he just set the ball rolling and the enchanted items really do have egos?
Yeah, this scene is kind of the weakest of the bunch. I mean, it just seems like a poor Beauty and the Beast reference. But why I buy it is it shows the progression.
Yeah, this
that
could be a
Fluttershy's
Beauty and
having
the
on
Beast
Discord.
reference.
At this point, he's
Except
come to like her
the objects
company without
don't talk.
realizing it until he calls her his friend.
Well, I've never really had a friend before.
Well, now you do.
It shows a small build-up in the relationship that I think most can buy if they think about it. As far as magic, it's hard to say. I mean, if this scene is any indicator, he might be trying to test his limits and keep the game distracted. But if it wasn't worth it for this, I don't know what it is.
Tabitha St.
For me,
Germain
the hardest part is the
Gravy
fight,
Boat?
as Angel rushes in to reveal that Sweet Apple Acres is flooded. Again.
Yeah,
And
they
of course
flooded
it's because
Sweet Apple
Discord did
Acres.
some subtle voodoo on the beavers. We see that Fluttershy's strategy has backfired. Since she never set limits, Discord acts without fear of retaliation, thinking that Fluttershy won't touch him. And, son of a gun, she doesn't. In this moment, Discord has actually won.
Until the power of friendship. But the brilliant thing is, Fluttershy's friendship is the thing he realizes he can't control, and that's his metaphorical leash. He thinks he's won, but he doesn't understand how much Fluttershy's affected him until she threatens to leave him. Which implies that Discord, despite his outward appearance of loving chaos, he needs companionship like everyone else to be happy. And then we get into this argument about this backstory that I really like, what he was looking for, etc.
My biggest critique is how Keep Calm and Flutter On forces our cast into an all-or-nothing scenario. Fluttershy made a choice that effectively doomed the world, and I can see why people would criticize that. I wonder if this might have worked better if Discord hadn't brainwashed the beavers, and they flooded the farm by mistake. It'd be tempting and easy to blame Discord, so Fluttershy would have to make a choice about a character who's not yet trustworthy. But, alas, that 20-minute timer's a tickin'. So Celestia returns to meet the quasi-reformed Discord, and we have a line that's meant to set all the fans to squee.
Friendship is magic.
He said it! He said it!
On a
Peter
closer note,
Griffin.
what's with Celestia's face? Like, does she know something's going on?
Oh, she knows that by leaving the elements of Twilight, she has just set the stage for 9 months of fan rage.
Or
Fan
shipping?
rage?
No.
And that's Keep
Shipping.
Calm and Flutter On.
Again, despite its flaws, this is still my favorite episode. It shows that a character like Discord can have some implied depth that really makes you think about its character. All characters should be like this, right? Not some one-dimensional beings, but ones that would make you question their past, their motivations, their current self. 10 out of 10 would watch. Plus, this episode made me take the next steps to become more active in the fandom. And here I am today. Whether that's a good or bad thing remains to be seen.
While not my personal favorite, it is an episode I've come to appreciate more with time, especially as Discord's reformation has taken place over phases, with some regression. I think Discord is better suited to be a trickster than a tyrant, and that's a better use for a character than a continually defeated antagonist. My greatest wish is that this episode could have been given way more time, with Discord interacting with the main six individually, and having less absolutism in the climax. And I'm always glad to know that John Delancey may return. For he is the
most amazing actor in the history of the universe, and he's got a cool beard, and I hope people realize I'm being overdramatic about this for the sake of humor. And why won't he return my phone calls or acknowledge my existence, Senpai? Why?
Okay, then.
Why?
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Yep,
well,
pretty awesome.
I'm Silver-Quill,
Even though I've
and
never seen him
she's
in movies.
Senpai!
going to be okay. Thanks for watching. Hey, I know something that would cheer you up.
Again? Oh, but with Silver-Quill and MLP-Silver-Quill. What the? Oh, yep, that's, I love Kim Possible Lot's logo. To Gibra. Bald anime. Yep, the living tombstone. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty good. Even though it featured I love Kim Possible a lot in this video because she's a huge Discord fan. So yeah, it's great to talk about how much Discord turned to a hero from a villain, or maybe a good guy from a bad guy. Of course, he is being good so far in Dotto Discord, but yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen in Dotto Discord episode 7. Got like a weak feeling in my stomach that something bad's gonna happen in that one. Anyways, let's get to it with the other one that I need to react to. Spike speculation. Alright, let me get this video set up. One moment. Almost there. And I think I should be good. Anyways, let's jump it in. And there's Silver-Quill. Nightmare Night 2014.
Hey, Dr.
Hey,
Wolf.
Dr. Wolf!
Just checking in on your sessions with Spike. How's the little guy feeling?
Well, there's been some ups and downs, but we've actually reached a new breakthrough.
He's a giant rampaging dragon!
For example, we discovered that Spike's transformations aren't limited just to greed.
Neato.
This may not be an appropriate time, yet I do need to bring up the issue of billing.
Oh, no worries. Just take it up with my insurance.
Prince Blueblood? What?
Have you spoken to anyone about this lying habit?
Yeah, because that says Prince Blueblood on that card. Here comes rampaging Spike! Jerpy! Oh, then she
I
smiles.
honestly wish I knew how to deal with a rampaging dragon. There really isn't anything about their species in any of the books I've looked through from Twilight's library.
And the library just got destroyed.
For certain events, I mean. Although Spike as a character has often been rather enjoyable for me in the series, there are more than a few others out there who don't seem to think his stories are all that well done. Most of his episodes seem to revolve around his duties as an assistant to Twilight or his crush on Rarity. And oftentimes he seems to lose out on a lot of what makes him the number one assistant whenever he is the focus of a story, usually getting into trouble by acting very childish and short-sighted.
Yeah. I used to be one of those fans who didn't care for Spike, especially in Season 1. He was a good assistant, yet whenever a problem arose, he seemed more interested in making wisecracks than actively helping.
We got Parody, Rainbow Crush, Spitty Pie, Appletini, Flutter Guy, and, I got nothing.
There came moments where I wondered if he'd ever contribute to the solution. Then came Owl's Well That Ends Well. The first Spike-centric episode.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that
his
episode
bond with
because
Twilight was deeper than I first thought.
I didn't like
Yet
Spike's
Spike didn't
jealousy
really endear himself to me until Lesson
of
0,
Owlicious
where he helped solve the problem
until the end of the episode.
And ever
Owlicious
since then,
and Spike
we've
became
seen more and
friends.
more cases where he is the most loyal to Twilight, even acting against Celestia's orders in Equestria Girls. He's grown on me to the point where I'm rooting for him now. Which is why I wish he had an episode that really celebrated him properly.
I'd say that Season 4 had given us a couple of Spike episodes that are actually moving his character in the right direction. He certainly had his short-sighted moments in inspiration manifestation, but his fear of being honest with Rarity was a very relatable experience for the audience. Even more so with Equestria Games, as his stage fright in front of a huge crowd wasn't due to his usual lack of foresight. I mean, if he had successfully narrated in front of an audience during Hearthswarming Eve, it's perfectly understandable that he wouldn't expect to choke when lighting the torch in a stadium.
Yep, definitely an upward trend there. Both episodes are at the top of my Spike fan list, along with Dragon Quest. The key difference with those episodes is that Spike was trying to deal with the situation,
Spike
and we
when
had
he
the chance to
felt
empathize with his struggles.
like the
In
wonderful
earlier Spike
anthem,
episodes, like Owl's Well That Ends
he
Well,
never
Just
even
for Sidekicks,
sing,
and
I mean, he never even sang that song before, so how will he know that?
of my
How will he know the lyrics?
Spike was the source of the conflict. We couldn't really root for him because we were waiting for karma to run its course. But even with a few feathers in his cap, I feel like Spike hasn't had a true chance to shine. He hasn't had his version of Sonic Rainboom, Hurricane Fluttershy, or Pinkie Pride. Maybe what he really needs is an episode that would give him the chance to show his absolute best.
Which begs the question, what are Spike's best qualities? I know that he is rather helpful whenever Twilight has need of him, especially when she starts getting paranoid.
Twilight, I'm really worried. I mean, this letter thing is really getting to you.
I see that he can actually be a fair bit more mature than others might expect, but only in certain episodes. He is willing to face great dangers even when others tell him not to do so, and he can be a very calming influence when the rest of the main six seem to lose focus.
I'd add both kindness and determination to that mix, both demonstrated in episodes by Meriwether Williams. Which is kind of paradoxical, given that Williams wrote one of the worst and best Spike episodes out there. Dragon Quest gave us the chance to see Spike wrestle with his self-identity, one of the first times his character really had to face a personal crisis.
What am I? Where am I from? Who am I supposed to be? I don't know. For the last time, Spike, you were given to me as an egg. I don't know who found you or where they found you.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't know
He's been
either,
your assistant
Twilight.
practically since hatching, and you never asked where Celestia happened to get a dragon egg? Those things ain't sold at the grocery store, you know. But regardless, we got to see Spike showing genuine care and empathy for a small creature that couldn't defend itself, giving him courage to stand up against other dragons. And in Spike at Your Service, arguably one of his worst episodes, we see his determination. No matter what the task laid before him, he never backed down. Counting grass, building rock piles, saving a friend. Even when choking in Equestria Games, he never tried to leave the stage until the deal was done. So how can you show all those qualities in just one episode?
Let me give you a quick run-through of an idea that I came up with last year. Twilight begins focusing on how to master age spells, due to her inability to pull it off during the magic duel in Season 3. If there's one thing I've learned about Twilight,
He could
it's that
turn
she
Spike into
loves
an
a good
18-year-old.
challenge. She accidentally cast the age spell on Rarity, and is unable to reverse it.
Oh!
With Rarity being Rarity, she wouldn't want anyone to see her like this, and begs Twilight not to get outside help. And thus it will take a few days for Twilight to figure out how to reverse it on her own. Twilight convinces Rarity that Spike should be there to help, due to her far more elderly form. At Rarity's
Wait a minute.
insistence, Twilight
Isn't this
doesn't
a fan
tell
fiction?
Spike that it is Rarity. And given that Rarity can't even bear to look at herself in the mirror like this, she doesn't even believe that Spike would serve her needs for any other reason than because Twilight tells him to. Spike gets to shine as the #1 assistant, doing what he does best. Actually enjoys having some pony else around the house to care for, and even begins to show off his excellent baking skills, telling funny stories, helping Rarity get around the house due to her fragile limbs. He even manages to convince Rarity to find herself beautiful despite her elderly form. And none of it has to do with his crush, because Spike doesn't realize that he's been serving Rarity this whole time. To her surprise, Rarity begins to realize that Spike actually has more to his character than just a crush, as many fans have pointed out that may be all there is to their relationship. The conflict is centered more on how other characters view Spike
is, like,
rather than Spike being
treating how Rarity is, even though she's an elderly.
Causing the trouble. Thus, the audience gets to see a fully realized Spike,
you know, kind of in my
character
opinion,
that isn't contributing
Spike's
to the
acting like a grandson to Rarity, even though
instead of being the
she's
one
like
learning
old.
it.
Nice. I envisioned something similar.
What happened to
though adding
Twilight?
a desire to interact
Didn't
with
she
the
ever
town more.
turn
I think
Rarity back to
Twilight is
normal?
getting every pony
Made her
ready
young
for
again?
her first royal event in Ponyville, and everything is going wrong. Ponies are behind schedule, there are constant delays, and everyone is getting mad. The pressure is mounting, and Twilight is working herself into a fervor, undermining her usual organization. Determined to help, Spike goes to Rarity, who needs a special gem to complete Twilight's dress. But since the gem is expensive, Spike barters to run errands, which snowballs into a quest to help multiple ponies with tasks both serious and seemingly mundane. As Spike perseveres, the town itself becomes unstuck. Ponies are able to finish the preparations and goodwill is restored. A thoroughly exhausted Spike delivers the gem and in turn the dress.
Spike got a kiss from
But
Rarity.
Twilight is more thrilled by how he was able to help so many ponies.
Hey, there's
and
Flash
save
right
their
there.
efforts.
Yep, forgot you need to
Maybe
deal with
this might be
something.
enough to calm a certain Godzilla-esque fellow.
How are we going to get his attention?
I know this music. The Jeopardy music.
I have
Oh no.
What are you gonna do?
a plan.
What?
This
What?
seems highly illegal.
Tie up Rarity?
You have no
Seriously?
idea. Okay, Rarity, we need you to give Spike a decent shriek. No matter what his form, he always finds his way to you. Well, fine. I'll just take more drastic measures. Oh, I didn't want it to come to this. But you forced me. I'm gonna wear this
what the heck?
Canter lot.
Seriously? There we go. That's do it. That's do it. Okay, that's a bit creepy. Just Spike
Excuse
looking at
Mr.
me.
Spike, we have something you might like to see.
Thank you, guys. That should do the trick.
Booyah! We saved Ponyville, which puts me 1 point ahead of being a true antagonist.
Yep, in an idiotic way.
I'm honestly
Oh.
baffled that worked so
Come to
easily.
untie Rarity.
Though once again, Silver-Quill, I don't think you understand the unintended consequences of such a plan.
Unintended what now?
Oh!
Well, I for one am
Okay.
glad that we have a character like Spike, and I'm very much looking forward to his appearances in Season 5. In the meantime, though, we would
Why
like
is
to
it-
hear your thoughts.
Why does everybody have to
Given
abuse
Spike's
Silver-Quill?
previous episodes,
How come
do
at
you have any
every
ideas on what
every
could
other
give this
end
character some more
of
interesting
an episode,
stories without making
it's
him
always
the source of
Silver-Quill
the
who
conflict?
gets abused.
I have no idea how she did this, but it was the
oh.
most brutal experience of my life.
Leave a comment
Okay, he
below.
didn't get abused.
I am Dr. Wolf.
Seriously, I think she wove this from my own tears.
He is Silver-Quill, and we look forward to hearing from you. Honestly, though, with all the abuse you go through in your videos, I'm starting to think you might have a serious
Yeah, like that
problem.
one video where he was abused by Appleboom when he was in jail. Story art by Vector Brony. Already checked out Dr. Wolf's channel. He's awesome as usual. Okay. Love potions. Thank you. End of credits. Whew. Anyways, that was amazing. In the beginning, Spike turned into a huge dragon that's rampaging Ponyville. And of course, Silver-Quill and Dr. Wolf talk about the lives of Spike and how much trouble he went through. And of course, his crush for Rarity. But the plan that Silver-Quill had to save Ponyville, they tied up Rarity, made Rarity freak out, make her scream, which causes Spike to go over there, and then Silver-Quill shows Spike a story of how much Spike took care of Rarity when she was an elderly pony, and then Spike came back to normal, went to Rarity and hugged her, and of course, when Rarity attacked Silver-Quill, I thought he was being abused, but instead Rarity made him look handsome. Oh man, these videos never get classic and more classic. Gonna react to more soon. Once again, guys, thanks for watching and ahoy!